Hello everyone, Silent here, and welcome back to another live stream here on Twitch. How are you doing tonight, everyone? We are doing something a little bit different than normal. We are streaming as part of the Cosmoquest Hangoutathon. I'm doing great at the words tonight, aren't I? Anyway, this is a fundraiser event for space science and education, and it's honestly a really cool thing. We're going to be checking out a 2-scale solar system that was built at last year's Hangoutathon. You may have seen that from Pixel Rift's stream last year, and we're also going to be helping build a entire rocket yard with like dozens of different 2-scale rockets. Like, you know, things that have actually gone to space, and there's already a whole bunch built. We're going to be working on helping with that, and it's going to be fun. If you'd like to learn more about Cosmoquest, there's a link to it in the chat, and they are trying to raise 40,000 within 36 hours. Currently, there's like 5 or so hours left on the event, so I'm catching it right at the tail end, and they've already raised 30,000, which is quite cool. So there's a link to it in the chat, and let's just kind of hop into it, shall we? You guys know how we always have like those weird, random science, like, discussions right in the middle of like the regular streams? Well, guess what? That's gonna be this entire live stream. It's gonna be great. I'm excited for it. But hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. I gotta welcome everybody. There's so many people here. So much chatting happened before the stream even started. We got Archangel of Death, Lantha Murloc, Casper. You're still grounded, Casper. And then we got Honeyburger and Lantha Murloc. Again, we got on the diagonal. Hello there. We got Kumako, and then the stream actually started and people started showing up. Then we got Chepabello, and Jam on some toast. We got Yazin and Kaz, Cesium, along with Beast, and Hey Buddy, Space Breather, Keiki, and so many others. Carson. Welcome to the stream, everybody. I'm excited for this. We're gonna have some flexing of our building skills. But the first thing that we're going to do is to take a trip through time and space and go ahead and hang out at the scale solar system build. Also, there's Diagonal right there. The dude from the chat. Yeah, he helps put this whole thing together. He invited me. Hi, Diagonal. He's got diagonal stripes. He's very, very on brand. Oh, jeez. It's time to see if I can pronounce Cesium right. No, I cannot. Cesium? I don't know. So this is to the lobby of like last year's Hangoutathon, and then we have a button over here that'll take us to the core of the sun. Minecraft Steve is officially strong enough to handle the core of the sun. So this is all 2-scale, more or less. I mean, as much as you can get within Minecraft anyway. The build limit is centered on Jupiter. So they built the entirety of Jupiter, and then all the other planets were scaled down. Did they say Saturn? I don't know. Either way, it's tall. So of course, like this one was used with World Edit, but they did all the planets. They did a lot of the moons. They did some other celestial bodies. They even did Pluto. They were nice like that. It's not completely to scale, but you know, it's pretty close. It's like a lot. I need to turn on my render distance. I got Optifine installed, so now I can flex 64 render distance on Java too. But yeah, it's huge. It even goes outside as well. You can see there's a little door over there. And I was told that there is a solar flare on one of these sides. Twilight Zone-ish. It's so cool. Yeah, so this was built within, well, mostly within like 36 hours on last year's Hangoutathon. Look how giant this thing is. So I already went out that door. That one did not have the solar flare. Let's go out this door. It's got the giant TARDIS in it. You'll notice a lot of TARDISes around. Whee! Do I have an Elytra? I do. Might be a bit faster. Because, you know, it's literally huge. So there's the outside of it. It's so cool, isn't it? This is the kind of cool things that you can see during this live stream today. So we're going to check out the rest of the planets, and then we're going to start building a few of the other rockets and stuff. Hello, Prince Mark. How you doing? I won't be able to breathe. I need my Among Us helmet. Oh, you're right. That's a good thing I don't need to breathe because I'm undead. Okay, now this is all rendered in. Let's actually go up. Let's just go up. This is all built in the end, by the way. Where's that solar flare at? I don't see it. But this is huge. So let's go back down to the teleport station. We'll check out the other planets. It's a little bit larger. It's just a little bit. Also, you'll notice that we got like a solar panel over here. The most efficient solar panel ever. Yeah, I would say so. Literally in the core of the sun. Ridiculous. So let's go ahead and take a look at Mercury real quick. This is probably going to be like the smallest of the batch, basically. Yep. It's got a TARDIS on it. So everything is a 2-scale-ish distance-wise. So even like from Earth's moon to Earth, you can't see that just due to like the render distance and everything being so far apart. Why would you land on a hot planet? You asked to see the solar system. Yet not burn through my shoes. This is gonna be a lot of Doctor Who jokes around here. Welcome to Mercury, 10 blocks in diameter. So that's the 2-scale-ish part. Upward to Venus, very nice. Oh, this is looking good. I like this. 24 blocks in diameter. Atmosphere is 1 block thick. Layer over a solid surface, looking good. Could you guys ever build a planet like this? I don't think I could ever build a planet. I can build a rocket ship, but I can't build a planet. I'm a rocket scientist, not a planet scientist. Looks like ice cream and feels like a sauna. Fair enough, yep. You know, there's actually ideas on how to, like, terraform Venus, which is kind of crazy. Now we get to check out Earth. Yay! 26 blocks in diameter. That's looking very good, isn't it? Yeah, lucky they didn't have to place every single block. So I believe what they did is they laid out the spheres using World Edit at the different places, and then they came through and actually like detailed things by hand. I think the entirety of the sun, for the most part, was probably World Edited. I would assume. I wouldn't expect anyone or want anyone to place any of those blocks by hand. All of that should have been World Edit. And yeah, Kirk is Zach. Yeah, that planet. That channel. I know how to say it very well. They did a video on terraforming Venus, which is something I like never anticipated, ever thinking would be a remote possibility. No land wars here, please. Yeah. Please. Been here, done that. Mostly harmless. Mostly. Live here. See, where do I live? That's Africa, right? Okay, so that would be Europe. So then we go around. Okay, we got America. Somewhere on this place. Maybe over there, maybe over there, maybe down there, maybe over there. It's definitely over here. The very green, wet area. Thought I'm build the Earth 1-1. Well, technically, it's 26 blocks wide. Deal with it. Mars! It's smaller. It's 17 blocks. Hey, there's Phobos. It's so cute. Look at it. That's what Mars has got for a moon. Also, we didn't check out Earth's moon. Hold on. We gotta go back. Teleport to Earth. Where's the moon at? Teleport to moon station platform. Here we go. I'm sorry that it looks so ugly. Hello, Hoodles. How you doing? Now you want to build a planet? I know, right? It's contagious. It's like, man, I really want to build a planet. 7 blocks in diameter. Yeah, so we got a giant moon compared to Mars. Nice. Is there any Easter eggs here? Is this dude? It's kind of cute. But no TARDIS on this one? Sadness. Okay, now we get to go back to Mars. Let's see. Mars. Mars is looking very good too. It's got the ice caps even. Very fine. There's ideas on like melting those ice caps because that would flood basically the entire planet. A moon that Slack did not destroy. It's too small for Slack to care about it. Nice. So red, but the sunsets are blue? Mars reverse Uno Earth? Okay. Oh, we got some potatoes. Mark Watney colonized this planet. I just watched The Martian like a week ago. Olympus Mons, nice. Have you guys seen The Martian? It's actually like a really good movie. I would recommend. Now we get to go to the asteroid belt. Fair enough. See you later, Chapabello. Thanks for stopping by. What are we doing today? We are part of the Cosmoquest Hangoutathon. Currently, we're checking out the builds from last year's Hangoutathon. They built a 2-scale solar system, and we're going to be helping build some rockets. And you can help support the cause for science education as well by checking out the main Cosmoquest website, and you can donate as well. They're trying to raise $40,000 within 36 hours, and they're actually like 75% of the way there already. Also, I should have mentioned this earlier, but all of the everything from today's live stream will also be going towards Cosmoquest as well. So if you resub or anything, all of that's going to be going directly to them. And then I'll be throwing some on top of that as well. So there you go. You can get Pego emotes and support science. Because science! Potatoes on Mars? Yeah, man, potatoes on Mars. Series Bennu. Not like the scene from popular sci-fi movie. Aww. But I wonder it's a popular sci-fi movie scene. It's crashing. It's hard at this scale. Yeah, fair enough. Get series. I like it. They're kind of cute. Now we get to check out the big planets. Albino F is over here? Okay. Teleport to see. Let's go back to the sun. I want to check out the gas giants. We got Jupiter staging platform. Here we go. These are the impressive ones. Yep, there we go. Nice. Now they're not complete because they're like huge, but still, they're pretty awesome looking. I mean, just look how awesome that is. The colors and the gradients and the transitions. You got the giant storm that is like 6 times the size of Earth or something like that. It's huge. Jupiter. Largest planet. Yep. Very, very nice. It's big, basically. The big red spot. Yeah, that's literally its name. Just the big red spot or red spot or whatever. Multiple times the size of our planet. It's a storm. It's crazy. And then the core of it is in here as well. It's made out of diamonds. Okay. I mean, fair enough. You know, I kind of want to go move to Jupiter now. Maybe bring back a couple souvenirs, you know? Something like that. I might do that. We must know. Hello, Zero. Welcome, welcome. Does it have a giant hexagon? Oh, I think it's something I saw on Discord said that it might. I'm probably going to die if I go down much lower. Yeah, so Jupiter has like hexagonal storms. 7 storms on the poles and a hexagon or something like that. I'm not sure if they have it on this one. But wow, there's a lot done on the top of it. Wow, I didn't expect all that. Looking cool. Looking cool. Also, thank you, Hoodles, for gifting a bunch of subs to the community. We got gifted subs to Elric, Lantern Jones, Purely Kim, Ravenfire, and Dre Does Stuff. Thank you so much. All of the monies from that is going to be going to Cosmoquest, helping support the cause. We also got Modi with the follow. Thank you so much. Okay, let's go on to the next planet, shall we? Oh, we got the moons as well. Okay, sweet. Yeah, I definitely want to check out the moons. Io, closest of the Galilean Moons. Tidal forces make this little world molten and hot. Pretty cool. You know the high ground scene from Star Wars? Yeah, think of that. Burning hot. It's literally on fire. Can we skip this one? I like the commentary. That's good. And then we'll head off to Europa. It's got a squid in it. Europa, a cold, icy world. Yeah, so the tidal forces that are acted upon this planet just from orbiting Jupiter and from the other moons as well actually stretches and compresses this moon so much that there is actually liquid water under the surface and a very decent chance that there might be a little bit of lifey dudes. It's aliens. Yeah, it's aliens. You don't want to find out. Looks like someone griefed it. Yeah, it looks like someone griefed the what was it, Io? Yeah. Fair enough. And then what else we got? We got Ganymede. No, you're not a Mercury. I don't remember. Is that bigger than... Oh, these probably aren't exactly to scale, are they? It looks about the same size as Mars. Actually, you know what? The moons are pretty large, aren't they? Those big aliens. That's true. The aliens were to scale. We might find some really big aliens. This rocky world is bigger than Mercury. Yeah, see, I should have just read the sign. Moon's bigger than Mercury. Yeah, right? I mean, that's what happens when you orbit, like, the biggest planet. You end up being planet-sized, and your moons. It's so cool. The space is awesome, guys. Let me just be honest here. I gotta break it to ya. Space is really, 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 really cool. Hello, Burning. Welcome in. And then we got Callisto. Oh yeah, literally made of diamonds. A rocky Galilean moon. This moon is almost as big as Mercury, but not. We got another TARDIS. Now this is my planet. I'm gonna be rich. Yep, that's exactly what we were all thinking. Space is cool though. It is cool though. Hey, Callisto. Cool. So now we can move on to the other ones. So impressive to look at though. Amazing. Now we get to check out Saturn. Oh, they even did the rings of Saturn too. Oh, that's right. They were talking about that. Jupiter is slightly large. Yeah, it is. 241 blocks in diameter. Yeah. It's big. We got a whole dialogue over here. It's so big and gassy. Saturn do be like... We got fart jokes, people. Lovely stuff. Oh, wow, the rings look so good. Rainbow rings and everything. Nice. It's the rich moon. Yeah, that moon's richer than any of us will ever be. And it's just a moon. What did it ever do to deserve those riches? The gap. We got another TARDIS. Yay. I mean, the planets are cool and all, but like, let's be honest. Yeah, the TARDISes are kind of the highlight. So cool. Such a fun project that they put together. And again, this was built last year at the previous Hangoutathon by a whole bunch of different people. The Hot Dish was part of that, they were saying. And Pixel Riffs, and of course, just like bunches of people. TARDIS is bigger than Saturn. You know, it can scale. Haha, funny. Oh, this is looking good. Yeah, Uranus is actually tilted on its axis. It's like, it got knocked over at some point in its history. And it's never recovered. Scale 102 blocks in diameter. Nice. And it has rings as well. Is this one a perfectly vertical ring, or does it go like diagonal? Perfectly vertical. Very cool. It's blue. It's a whole bunch of blue. This is the comedy police. Your jokes are too funny. I know. You get top tier funny over here. Top tier funniness. And then we get to go to Neptune as well. Ta-da! I thought this was the planet for a second. I was like, smaller than I expected. Hey, it's blue as well. Oil, natural gas, and coal are examples of fossil fuels, renewable resources, geothermal resources, biofuels. Well, I'm glad that y'all know what's up. They're fossil fuels, yes. The bad, many bads. Many bads. Necessary for a time, but bad. More like an ice cube, yeah, fair enough. And then it's got a core as well that they did, very nice. And one little bit of bedrock. Slaps the top. No. Stop it. Bad jokes. It's supposed to be a PG science stream here. They knew what they were doing. Hey, Pluto! More planetary bodies. Ta-da! It's really tiny, isn't it? It didn't even deserve signs telling you how wide it is. Let's see, it's 3, 4, 5, it's 7. What a battle wound. Yep. Yeah, there's a bit of a sore spot about Pluto in the community. Also, what's up with this dude? A little moon. Comes with a boat. Yeah, man. Respect for Pluto. Pluto was the good. R.I.P. Pluto. May it rest in Dwarf Planet, or whatever they're calling it. Gong Gong. Is that how you're supposed to pronounce that? Gong Gong? I don't know. What is this? I don't know what this one is. 22, 50, 88, Gong Gong, 2007 or 10. It's a thing. It's floating out around in space. That's the most I can tell you. Actually, much smaller than this. Fair enough. That's cute. They're cute little things. So yeah, that's basically the entirety of the solar system explained via Minecraft. Do they call it Plutoid now? I don't know. Probably could. I should definitely turn down my render distance before we go back to the overworld, because that is going to be a bad time for the frames. How many frames am I getting with this? With 64 chunks. 114. Gotta love the 3080. And also the fact that we're in the end, so there's nothing to load. Jeez. You were born with 9 planets, you shall die with 9 planets. Well, that's fair. But also not how science works. F3? There we go. I always accidentally hit F2. And I never know what to do about that. Is this one back? Yeah, okay, so now we get to go back to the, last year's, like, spawn. And then here's this year's spawn. And now we can continue on with our projects for today. We'll take a quick little fly around and talk about some of the rockets that we got here as well. So basically, this is laid out kind of like a... I don't know the best way to describe it. I guess museum would be the best way. So you got the main like spawn area, then you got paths, and these branch out as kind of like a family tree. So you got a super old observatory, you got a sundial over there, and then this takes you to kind of the spawnish area, and then it splits off. So we have American rockets on the left side here, pretty much all of these are built to scale, except for the Saturn V. That's 2 times scale. And then to the right side is, I think, Russian? Yeah, Russian is the blue path. We're going to be working on some American rockets today. And then we got China rockets over here on the red path. Try not heading F2. I've never thought about that. What's a physicist's favorite food? Fish and chips? Yep. Yeah, you guys got any good science jokes that don't have to do with a certain blue planet? Any SpaceX rockets? Yes, actually. The biggest one, like, literally in this entire area that we're going to be working next to. The Super Heavy, the big boy. I forget the name of it. They got so many different ones going on. This is the Starship Super Heavy. Did they really call it Super Heavy? I mean, I see why. It's tall. So this is to scale. Let me look up how tall it is, actually. Starship Super Heavy dimensions. I misspelled 3 of those words. I'll let you guess which one. It apparently is 70 meters. That's not quite right. I think that's without the top on it. Yeah, so these are like to scale. You can't really get a good sense of scale when you're watching like the SpaceX and launching live streams or when they're landing the rockets on the barges or anything. But this is how tall that dang rocket is. And then we actually have the Of Course I Still Love You like landing ship over here as well, where they catch the rockets out at sea. And this should be to scale as well. So you can see, yeah, they're big. 70 meters without the booster. Yeah, the figures. Okay. And then... Wait, 70 meters would just be the top of it then, right? Because the booster is the bottom. Big Starship and Super Heavy. Okay, so the Super Heavy alone is 70, and Starship SN4 added another 50 meters. Okay, so that's 130. Right? No. 120. I'm dumb. You know, just ignore me. I'm a dumb person. I can't do math. I'm on a live stream. You can't expect me to be accurate. There's also read the instructions, Barge. Yeah, you gotta love the names. Gotta love the names. Also, the back of this has the heat shielding paneling. Just obsidian. Looking cool. So we're actually going to be working on the competitor from Jeff Bezos. We got the new Glenn from Blue Origin. This is a very tall rocket. I had a tab open for this. It is 98 meters tall. So it's like 20 shy of the big boy over here. Jeffrey Bezos. I feel like it's more offensive to call him Jeffrey, so that's what I'll be referring to him as. Yeah. So we need to add a little bit of height to this thing because before it was too short. So we need to add exactly that much height to it. And then I also need to turn down my render distance, I think. Getting a bit framey. Some of these chunks loaded in. And then we're also going to be working on expanding these paths over here as well. So that's what that yellow marker is. We'll be doing that and then working on the spaceship tonight and talking about science. Science is good. I need to read some of you guys' science jokes up there. Gong Gong is another dwarf planet. Oh, I wasn't aware of that. Sad starship noises. But we have. Okay, Zero says, a room temperature superconductor walks into a bar. The bartender says, we don't serve any superconductors. The room temperature superconductor leaves without putting up any resistance. Wow. Yeah. No resistance at all. Yep, very, very much. Oh, I'm trying to think of his name. The bozo dude? Yeah, the dude that yeah, that guy. Jeffrey Bezos versus elongated muskrat, yeah. Oh, what's the cat's name? The one that exists and doesn't? Because I got a joke for this. Oh, I forget the name of it. Anyway, we're gonna start on these pathways. Jeez. Schrodinger's cat. Thank you. Words. So Schrodinger's cat walks into a bar and doesn't. Yeah, very, very good joke. Much of the goodness. So each one of these rockets has its own little platform, and then we need to expand them and put the little rings around them and little pathways and stuff. That's the joke I was gonna say, Zero. You can't steal it before I say it. That's not fair. Is this one of the Starship hoppers? There's signs everywhere. Blue Origin, New Shepard. Oh, okay, fair enough. I think that one over there is the little hopper guy. The one that just went up and then came back down real quick. A neutrino walks into a bar. The bartender says, "We don't serve neutrinos." Yeah, just passing on through. I think you and me watched the same, the same video about a bunch of those bar jokes. Didn't we? Okay, so it's just glowstone on the bottom then. Do they have any of the rovers? No, this is all just for the rocket ships. However, that would actually be really cool as well. The rovers would be so fun to build. You'd only be able to make a couple of them to like actual scale because a lot of them are pretty small. But still, I think that'd be pretty fun. There's so many different opportunities. Maybe if you guys got good ideas, you can let them know. They do have a Discord server. There's a Cosmoquest public Discord server. So maybe you can give them some ideas for next year or something. I floated the idea of, 1.18 introducing bigger world height so they could do a solar system V2. And that did not go well. That rover pun. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you did send it to me, Zero. Jeez. Okay, here's a more different question for you. I think that's bridging off to the side. I'm not sure how this is going to connect up, so I'm not worried about it. But what are you most excited for when it comes to the next couple decades of scientific exploration and discovery? I am personally very excited for like a moon base. I think that's going to be amazing. Actually having like people on the moon, be able to spy on them with your telescope and stuff. That'll be fun. Always good stuff. Highlight of your day, spying on people on the moon. And then that's going to be like a stepping stone to, of course, long-term residence on Mars as well. Like, we're so at the brink of being an interplanetary species. And I'm excited for that. Very exciting time to be alive, because that's only ever going to happen once. People on Mars and stuff, yeah, basically. 12 stacked raid farm. Outer solar system, that's going to be another huge jump as well. That'll be a very interesting thing to explore. The first person ever going to like Titan or Europa or something. That would be huge. It takes so long to get there. We definitely need some good rocket tech for that. The QR codes, by the way, go ahead and get your screenshots ready. These are QR codes to the donation link for Cosmoquest. So if you want to, you can scan that with your phony phone, and then you can give them the monies and support science education for the masses, basically. And it's actually really cool. I need to back up a little bit so you can scan that better because of the overlays. Okay, that should be about perfect, I think. I forgot about having chat on screen. But yeah, they got a couple of these that were built by hand, sprinkled around the place for convenience sake. There's also, of course, the Cosmo command. So you can learn more about their programs and what they do and everything that they help make happen. They got, like, you know, real scientists and people who work planetary science in their ranks, which is just really awesome. So they're legit. They're good stuff. Hello, Don't. How you doing? Also, Turtle, thank you so much for the follow. Space and astronomy is one of the things that I have always liked the most about science. So I'm glad to be able to take part in this. Because that frontier is always like so interesting. All the photos that you can always see from Hubble and all the other telescopes are just amazing. Being able to see nebulas and planets and galaxies, galaxy clusters, superclusters. Sending something to Alpha Centauri. Now, there's different ideas on how to send out like super micro satellites. Like teeny tiny ones, probably just like a centimeter square or maybe even smaller. You could propel them to extreme speeds using a laser. So you could send probably like a couple hundred of them. And it would get there within, I want to say, like a decade? That time might not be accurate, but there is ways to like send like super micro sats. And like there's a bunch of different weird ideas and really interesting stuff about how that might be done. Which is so cool, like exploring other solar systems. That is a huge step. It is 4 light years. So yeah, if you got it to half the speed of light, it's okay, definitely, yeah, more than a decade. Who knows though, you can get stuff going pretty fast though. No real resistance in space, so as long as you don't run into like some dust or something, micrometeorite, then you're pretty much good to keep on going. Oh, we also need to put slabs above all this as well. Yeah, slowing it down would be the issue when it comes to sending out any form of satellite to those areas. But then again, just having it zoom on by, taking some pictures, getting some measurements, would be a huge step in the right direction. I mean, just think of the Voyager probes, you know? Those just kind of flung by and then got some data and kind of kept on going, and now we're still learning more things about them as they explore the far outer reaches of our sun's influence. So even if they can't get into an orbit around Alpha Centauri or anything that might be out there, they can still just provide an extreme amount of data. Yeah, don't run into something while traveling at half the speed of light. Yeah, definitely don't do that. It's, you know, there's only so many laws when it comes to space travel, but that's a pretty good one, I feel. I wouldn't say laws, but like rules, you know? Just don't run into stuff while going half the speed of light. Usually a good idea. There's certainly some areas of this that could be tidied up a little bit, but not a good idea. Very bad idea. I would, well, you know, maybe you want to run into something at that speed of light. I mean, let's think about it for a second. If you run into it, you get to watch it explode, and you get to see what kind of impact that would have, right? That's kind of the whole point of the Large Hadron Collider. Bashing things into each other at extreme speeds. Traffic lights in space. That would be terrible. You'd have to stop and then reaccelerate. Ah, waste so much fuel. Hey, thank you, Round, for the follow. And Shred the Pat, thank you for the follow as well. Did I go to college? If so, where and what did I study? I did not. No, I never had the opportunity to do that. So I'm a big dumb. But I'm enthusiastic about being a big dumb. Which counts for something. I don't know what I would have studied. Probably engineering. I feel like that would probably make the most sense. Kind of runs in the family anyway, so I may as well. Big bug dumb, but with big heart. Yep. Precisely. Precisely. May as well just connect that up. And then we'll just fill in the rest of this area. Lots of big dumbs go to college. Yeah, big dumbs. That's where big dumbs go to die, and then be reborn as the big smarts. Yep. That's kind of how that works, or so I've been told. I wouldn't know. I have seen a little bit of the Jetsons. Never really watched much of it though. I think we need more series like it though. We need more like shows and series and news and video games and everything about space and space travel and space exploration. I kind of make a point of watching all the different space related movies. I just watched Gravity the other day. That was kind of a fun one. But also they just kind of left the person stranded on an island. So I mean, you know, where's the sequel? More series like Firefly. I haven't seen that one. Is it good? Is it worth the watch? I've heard things about it, but never given it the time, you know? It's kind of hard to choose what to give your time to when there's so much. Absolutely. My thoughts on Interstellar? Oh, Interstellar is one of my favorite movies. Absolutely love it. Great time all around. Firefly's good. It got canceled or ended though, didn't it? Did it end off on a cliffhanger, I guess is what I'm asking. Because if it did, then sadness. Oh, Interstellar has amazing musical scores, dude. They did such a good job on that part of that movie. Like, I feel like that's probably the best part of it. Such fun stuff. You can find the link to donate on the Hangoutathon website. It is on there. You can also like join their Patreon, or any bits or subs that you throw my way. This live stream will be redirected to them after the stream is over, or whenever that data is available to me. Sometimes Twitch has some delay on like when it shows you revenue information. But yeah, anything that you throw my way, subs or resubs or gifted or bits or donations, any of that will be redirected right back to Cosmoquest. Under the table, under the table cash donations. Yeah, basically. I mean, those are slightly harder to track, which is why they're so popular. But yeah, I mean, I guess that would work. But then, yeah, this, yeah. Blank, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Cool. That's very nice. If you enjoy your gifted sub and all of your lovely pick emotes that you now have access to. And thank you to Devious for gifting another sub to Phantom Limb as well. Oh, we got another poll going. What's this poll about? Which planetary body has the greatest gravitational pull? The Moon, Neptune, Jupiter. Yeah, it was gonna be the biggest one. I like these trivia that we got going on in the polls. Keep it up, thank you. Okay, I figure we'll wrap up this going around the edges, which we're more or less done with. I guess we gotta fill in like these middle areas too, don't we? And kind of, yeah, okay, we got a little bit more of this to do. Do we want this to be a 2 or 3? You see, this is getting into the range of like circle territory, and that's a very dangerous territory to be in, as you might be aware. I feel like my frames are dropping. I gotta lower my render distance again. I'm getting like frame bogs. I got Optifine enabled, so we should be doing pretty decent. One, two, two, three. 1, 2, 2. Oh, slightly wrong. There we go. That's how it should be. Okay. Consistency matters sometimes. What is Cosmoquest and why is it worth a donation? It is a online thing. Oh, what's the best way to describe it? Well, they got a whole page on their website. I mean, I'll redirect you to that because I'm not going to be wording it as well as they have worded it. I can't do the words. Circles aren't dangerous if you don't acknowledge their existence. I mean, you kind of need to acknowledge their existence. My scroll wheel is a circle, so that's kind of like a reason. But yes, any questions that you have, please do check out the website and give that stuff a good read. It is worth your time. And anything that you have a question about should be answered via that in a very articulate way. Something that I'm not capable of doing. Just gotta be honest about that. Nothing is a perfect circle, therefore they are all ovals of some sort. Yeah, I think you're probably right about that. So like even like the orbits of the planets, they're basically a circle. Like if you ask someone, like you can say it's basically a circle around the sun, and like you'll basically be correct. But it's like 1 degree from being a perfect circle, so it's technically an oval. So like it depends on how fine-tuned you want your answer to be. And then of course you can get into even finer detail because like Earth is not orbiting perfectly because it's got the moon tugging on it, so it's kind of like loop-de-looping back and forth. So it's kind of like a spirally oval even. Oh, I'm going technically the wrong direction. All this needs to be filled in, but not with this. And then, of course, like... What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, the entire solar system is also corkscrewing through the galaxy as well. So, like, the entire solar system is, like, on its side. It's like, here would be Earth and the sun would be in the middle. And then it's circling around the galaxy. So all the planets are circling around the sun and corkscrewing through the galaxy. So there's fine levels of specificity that could be had when it comes to your answers on the orbits. Hi there. I'm placing blocks. Fake ovals. Which of these is not large and gaseous? Mercury? Yep. Of course, with the jokes. Oh, did you know there's actually a planet? I believe it was Uranus. There was a planet called George for a while. Because the person who discovered it was like working under King George and wanted to secure more funding. So like, hey, this planet's name is George. George the planet, man. Can't go wrong with George the planet. Which is a fact that I did not know until I heard Neil deGrasse Tyson talking about that on Star Talk. One of their podcasts. But a good podcast, by the way. Would recommend it. It's fun. Yeah, Chuck Nice and various guests. George the Planet, also large and gassy, yes. Was it Neptune? I think it was Uranus. I don't know, I forget details sometimes. Okay, a lot of times, but still. Hello, Maker. Welcome back. Hey, man, sometimes you just gotta let all your gassy jokes out. Just release them into the world. Pass them along. Sometimes you just gotta let it loose and just, you know. Just let it happen. I had another joke about gases, but I forgot what it was already. I literally just came up with it. Jeez. You guys got any good gas jokes? We may as well just go there if we're gonna go there. Let's just get it all out. Yeah, don't let it build up or anything. Just, you know. Laughing gas. Mm-hmm. Much of the funnies. You would tell a joke about gas, but you'd rather make a more solid joke? This is fair. Also, Optifine comes with, like, connected glass just by default, it appears. Because I didn't install any texture pack for this, and it just is connected already? Unless that's a server-side resource pack. But it seems like everything else is vanilla, so... Just let them rip, yep. How do you get an alien baby to sleep? You rock it? Okay, fair enough. I can appreciate that. Okay, which two elements is the universe made primarily of? Yeah, hydrogen and helium sounds like the most likely ones out of those two. Definitely hydrogen. That's the most abundant thing ever. To have existed. Which is also a gas. So next time you get in trouble, you could just be like, what? I'm just sharing the most abundant resource in the universe with you. Ridiculous. You can't see poles? If you are on mobile, you might have an issue seeing them. Or they just might not be visible to you. Also, if you have an ad blocker, I don't know if that would stop it. I missed one. Yeah, it's kind of an interesting question about the ad blockers. I'm not sure if it would. Is that all of the slabs? I think it is. And then we just got to go fill in the middle areas and then connect this up somehow, I guess. Maybe we'll just send it bloop. Or maybe we'll connect it over there. I don't know what we want to do with that. Can you use the nether and the old world types? No, they are... I don't think you can light portals in survival in the old world types. I think you got to use creative. I'm not sure. I've definitely been to the dimensions in the old world types, but I don't know if it works in survival. I don't have that much knowledge about the old world types. I just know that they're kind of buggy and broken, and now they don't really exist anymore. Jeez. Oh, here's another really strange space fact for you. That is a very interesting one to think about. So, did you know that dinosaurs got to the moon before us? And it's very strange. If you know about this, awesome. If you don't, how do you think it happened? This is something that I heard. Elaborate. Anybody want to take me up on the dinosaurs on the moon? I mean, I could just say the T-Rexes were doing like a puppet show with shadow puppets or whatever. As fuel? Okay. You know, that's maybe fair. But also, no. Tardigrades on the moon. Are tardigrades dinosaurs? I don't know if they count. Anyway, so when the moon blew, or no, sorry, when the asteroids that killed the dinosaur hit, it blew a ton of debris into space. And part of that debris was dinosaur teeth. And some of those very most likely landed on the moon. Did I break that? I hope not. So yeah, there's very likely dinosaur teeth on the moon. Tardigrades got there on an asteroid. Yeah, I could see that possibly happening as well. Tardigrades are tough dudes. They can survive the vacuum of space. So, yeah, that seems fairly likely as well. I don't know if they'd make it there alive. But yeah, little bits of dinosaur on the moon. Just little bits. Definitely not like alive dinosaurs. It's something weird to think about, you know? Something you probably haven't considered. It's just the fact that stuff gets blown into space from that kind of impact. Yeah, exactly, Rattlesnake, basically. But also, yeah, I guess you probably could argue that dinosaurs technically made it to the moon before us because the fuel that we used to get to the moon was fossil fuels? Depending on the space mission, I guess, because different fuels were used. and are used. So that's also a pretty fair idea. And this whole thing just kind of serves as an example of how life can travel through space. Even if it's just something tiny, like a piece of bacteria, there very well could be some bacteria floating around somewhere in space on like a little teeny tiny rock from the impact that killed the dinosaurs. And that could eventually maybe land somewhere someday and kickstart a whole new evolutionary chain. And that very well could possibly maybe have been what started life on Earth. Life finds a way. Okay, this is a pretty big area to fill in, isn't it? Jeez. Stay strong. What's the atomic number for cesium? I do not know that one. It's too smart for me. Water equals H2O equals hydrogen monoxide. Yeah. I think there was a whole campaign about the dangers of hydrogen monoxide. And people got really freaked out about it and upset about it and like politics and stuff. And then it was just like, dude, it's water. It's like everyone who's ever drinking hydrogen monoxide has died. It's a lot of maybes. There's a lot of maybes in science. Lots of maybes. Basically, every time you get an answer to a question, it just opens up the door to like 20 more questions. Also, I'm just trying not to make any too strong claims. This is a giant area to fill in, isn't it? I definitely would prefer to do all this than like doing little intricate pathways between all these though. Correct answer was 55. Oh. So that's why the moon on True the Bedrock is in pieces. And Dino Teeth ripped it apart. Yeah. Do we have any dinosaurs on the server? We'll just blame them for destroying the moon. Oh, speaking of like life traveling from one planet to another, there is a bit of a debate and still like ongoing research about a meteorite found in the glaciers of Antarctica that appears to have little bits of, I guess it would be bacteria, I suppose. Little bits of teeny tiny life, little tube looking guys. And there's an ongoing debate and study about whether or not those were contamination from Earth or whether or not that is actually from space. I forget where the rock is supposed to come from, but Mars pops into mind? I'm not sure. Maybe we don't know where it's from. You were in a debate tournament a couple of weeks ago where we were doing a spontaneous argument round. Basically, you're given a random topic and have to improvise an argument. You were given a random argument and you had to argue that aliens exist among us on Earth. That does actually sound pretty fun. I mean, let's talk about that. Like, it's possible. It's kind of like something that you can't necessarily disprove. There's certainly ways to prove it. I mean, if you find an alien, punch them, start an intergalactic war, get some of their blood on your hands, literally, and then like we'll test it, and then bam, proof of aliens. Or if you get abducted, just steal literally anything from their spaceship, like a napkin or anything. If you're on an alien spaceship, literally grab just anything that you can, because it's going to be way more advanced than anything that we got, even if it's just incredibly basic. Just ask to go to the bathroom, like, you know. I'm sure they'll let you, because, you know, you got to get ready for all the things. Assuming they have blood. But, you know, whatever kind of thing you can do. Don't just get a blurry photo. Come on, we need more than that. Can I pick block this? Oh, you can't control pick block. Hold on. Control pick block? No. Control alt pick block? No. Okay. Well, that's staying there. ITAR. It's complicated. I'll just rewrite that. I need to put the blocks in first. I can't type. It's complicated. Can't spell either. Is this getting nearly there? It is. Hi, Kerbal. So many blocks to place at. I want to close down. Is that this whole side done? Spelling is overrated. I think so too. I didn't get this right here. It's very yellow, isn't it? We could probably fit like another tiny rocket right here or something. Oh, we could put the TARDIS on its own little pad. Let's do that. We should totally do that. Fill in this little space right here. TARDIS, like, obviously deserves its own little pad. There we go. But human hands, that's some simple contamination right there. Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, like, if you, yeah, obviously that's gonna have some contamination from you on it, but still, there's gonna be enough material from the alien on you to, like, determine that, hey, that's not human. So, there's that. Also, it's basically a fact that aliens exist. Like, statistically speaking, there are so many planets out there, and so many stars, and so many galaxies. Like, hundreds of millions. So to think that only our planet out of all of those has some form of life on it is kind of a bit silly. It's just a matter of, like, actually finding that life. And also existing at the same time as that life as well. That's kind of a tricky part. There very well, you know, in theory, could have been whole galactic civilizations before us, and then they all just died out billions of years ago. And we're like, oh, there's no life anywhere. The universe is old. Very old. Hey, JJ, thank you so much for 11 months. Technically, we're aliens too. I'm fine with that. I like being an alien. 11 months, that's a super long time. Thank you so much. You're nearly here for a year of subbage. Is time bigger in space? Everything's bigger in space. I mean, it depends. I don't think you measure time in size? Question mark? Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, they basically 100% exist. Essentially, it's so astronomically unlikely that they don't exist that, it just seems weird to say that they don't. We don't have any proof of them at the moment, but there's so many, again, there's so many stars just in our galaxy alone. And as our technology gets better, we're learning about more and more extreme cases that exoplanets can exist in. And more extreme cases that life can exist in on Earth as well. And more places that the building blocks of life, like amino acids, can form. And It's just expanding our horizons for where life could potentially be astronomically. Haha, pun. So, like, there very well could be life absolutely everywhere, but a lot of it's just, you know, tiny or bacteria or viruses or stuff like that. I mean, even within our own solar system, you got the moons of Jupiter and Saturn that have liquid water on them. Is that all the things? Seems like it. We need to connect this up somehow. I don't know how to do that. Is this going around this dude? And also, like, Mars at one point, of course, could have had life on it as well, because it had liquid water on its surface. But now it's all frozen in the ice caps, so we could find little skeletons of, like, little things up in the ice caps. Little mummies. Who knows? Debate ended viruses or life? I think that they are. That's kind of an ongoing debate, though. And it's a good debate, because we need to, like, expand our horizons of what we think life is and what forms life can take. That way, as we're looking for life elsewhere, we can, you know, expand our search to see what other kind of things we might find. I think we're going to connect this one up right here. Let's do a nice curve. I like this curve, actually. And then we'll finally get to building a spaceship. This is taking longer than expected. But so does everything. What's the QR code go to? That goes to the donation link. I'll show that on screen again. So you can scan this with your phone or something. Just take a screenshot of it real quick. And then scan that. And then you can donate to Cosmoquest if you feel like it. Also, obligatory Cosmoquest plug in the chat if you are not aware. Definitely go ahead and check out their website. All the information about what Cosmoquest is and does and is for, you can read about that on their website. And of course, the main Cosmo live stream is there, and Twitch as well. We'll be raiding into them at the end of my stream. And you'll be helping support, and are helping support, science education for astronomy and space tech and all that good stuff. Let's leave this right at the edge. It's got a nice border behind it. Is that a decent curve? It's decent-ish. I think we'll just combine it in, like, right here, though. Doesn't make sense to have them, like, half a block apart. And then these are all 3 wide? Okay, then we'll make it 3 wide. Setting the bar very high, yes. Setting the bar very high. That's what I do best. Gotta have high expectations and high standards. High standards of mediocrity. Science in Java now? We do a lot of things in Java. I mean, especially now. Like, ever since I got invited to Clash of the Creators, it seems like the entire Java community was like, oh, hey, that guy exists. Which is kind of cool. We got invited to Twitch Rivals, which was really awesome. And then we got another thing coming up early next month that you're going to be seeing possibly a live stream of, possibly a video, maybe both. Really excited for that. Going to be playing with some big names, doing a fun thing. And then we got Clash again here at the Halloween. So many things happening. It's cool. I got invited to this thing, which is really fun. Science. Hey, Mint Biscuit, thank you so much for gifting a bunch of subs to the community. We got gifted subs to Cookie Dough, Banana, Smith, Myzana. Welcome back, Myzana. And A5 Gaming as well. Enjoy all of your pig emotes. And thank you, Mint. All that goodness is going to be going over to the Cosmoquest Fundraiser. Java's around silent now. Mm-hmm. I mean, we played on Java before we played on Bedrock. So, like, I'm more of a Java veteran for survival than I am a Bedrock veteran. I just haven't, well, no, I just haven't played as much. I have more hours in Java, or sorry, in Bedrock survival than I do in Java survival. Words are difficult. Words are the difficult. Your computer explodes? Yeah, basically. We're doing pretty good on the performance today, but we should be, you know. We got Optifine. We got a low render distance. We're not pushing Minecraft to its extreme or anything. We should be fine, in theory. Sometimes Java's weird, though. Sometimes it's just like, nah, you're not going to get frames today. Okay, that should be about right. Yeah. It's very bright. It's very yellow. Cool. So now we can actually finish up the, oh, I forgot the name. I'm not familiar with this rocket. The new Glenn. That's right. What exactly does Optifine do? It optimizes very finely. Let me get an image of this. It popped up on screen real quick. And then you guys can see what the new Glenn actually looks like. Can I do this? Open image in new tab. Okay. There we go. Okay. So here's the wiki page for the new Glenn. As you can see, it is 98 meters tall, 7 meters wide. It's a 2-stage rocket. 13,000 kilograms mass. Very nice. 30,000 pounds. That's a few. And here is the basics of what it looks like. So we got the first stage, the booster, which is the big boy. It's got the little fins on it, so we need to build a couple of those. Got the actual rockets down there at the bottom. And then the second stage, top of it. And we need to put a little bit of blue on there, a little bit of flaggy thing. And otherwise, it's a pretty simple and straightforward rocket. Nothing too terribly complicated, really. We're just going to try and get this nice looking. Well, decent looking. Have a good night, Tech. Thanks for stopping by the stream. I'm Big Brain with Space Knowledge. Oh, I'm definitely a noob. I just enjoy watching a lot of different space content. So, I pick up different things here and there. And I try and just memorize fun facts and different stuff. Because science is amazing. Science is really fun. I think it's basically the only reason that most half of us are here. And that we're the lucky ones that get to exist. Because all advances in medicine aside that make us that we can actually be here. Just transportation and travel. Like planes and trains and cars and boats and ships. Without any of that stuff, the world would be a totally different place. And we, specifically, would definitely not exist. Different people in our places might. We need a good gray block. I want to use this gray. Is that going to work? Okay, I can use either of these. What is this? Light gray. I see. Physics. Physics is awesome. So we're going to make the bottom of this a very dark color. Probably going up, I'd say about to here, maybe? It's a very tall rocket. I mean, we got room to work with here. So the bottom of this is going to be a very darker color for all of the boost, for all the, you know, actual rocket engines. And then we need to build some little landing feet for when the stage is on the ground. We need to build a couple of the fins going up for the aerodynamics of the dynamic air. And then we get to work on like the nose cone, and I'm not sure if this has any heat shielding on it like the Super Heavy over there does. Are you putting this on TB? Nope, this is purely for the build server. They might, if you guys ask nicely, do a world download. But also, if you join their Discord server and ask nicely, then you might be able to join this server as well and possibly take a look around. That's something that I don't think they have infrastructure for at the moment, but you might be able to join and say hi or something. Okay, I got another reference image. Here we go. Yeah, so a landed booster has cute little feet on it. I think probably these polished deep slate stairs would be the best. Maybe some blackstone. So they're kind of like black on the bottom, of course. Hold on. Blue origins. The bottom of this image is white, but the bottom of that image is black. See you later, Rattlesnake. Thanks for stopping by and enjoying the stream with us. Well, we're gonna go for the black bottom, I guess. The Wikipedia one has a black bottom, but the reference image I was given does not. Is there a real life picture of the new gland? Hold on, let me find that real quick. That's gonna definitely be a little bit more accurate than the little graphic that I have. I think it can be either way. I want to make it accurate. I guess it could be. I'm gonna make it white again. Anyway, but that makes it so that we can have multicolored feet. Multicolored feet is a nice thing. Casper says, existence in everything is exciting and fascinating. It is. Why does something exist rather than nothing at all is a pretty interesting question and topic. Indeed. That is kind of probably one of the most interesting forefronts of science at the moment, is understanding what happened during the creation of the universe and what happened during the Big Bang to determine why stuff exists instead of absolutely nothing. Because it should have been annihilated. Of course, there's a whole bunch of different competing ideas, you know, string theory and multiple dimensions and universes and all that amazing stuff. It's all super fascinating to think about, though. Okay, so this technically has 4 feet. And we're gonna grab some slabs for it as well. Is that big enough? That might not be big enough, honestly. Yeah, something like that, because it has feet to, like, prop it up off the ground when it's sitting. So technically, the bottom of this should be off the ground like a block as well, and then maybe the very bottom ring of this can be black from the burn marks. Have you guys ever wanted to be an astronaut before? I feel like that's kind of the cliche thing to want to be when you grow up, but also like, is it? Because being an astronaut seems really fun. Especially riding in the vomit comet. Just astronaut training alone would probably be quite the blast. Get it? Blast. Yes. Right? I'm glad I'm not alone. I feel like everybody should be an astronaut. And one day, probably not too far from now, everybody will be able to become an astronaut due to the commercialization of space and the amount that, or the cost of getting to space is going to be an ever decreasing thing. It's always going to be kind of expensive because, you know, fuel. But maybe that'll change someday as well. You think designing rockets be interesting? Rocket science! Yeah. Such a bad pun. I know it's a bad pun. Okay, this thing is huge. What are we gonna do with like the bulk of this? It's such a boring looking rocket. Come on, make a better looking rocket. Jeffrey Bezos. I mean, it's got this giant like black feather on it. I don't know if I want to try and do that. Maybe we'll just get like the fins in it. It looks tiny in the pictures. There's no scale for reference. I mean, there's some stairs, but I mean, you know. Ridiculous. Yes, we're doing the booster. That's got 4 feet. And then we got to go up like a bajillion miles. When will commercial spaceflight be like a mid-class thing? Well, we need a reason to like go to space, first of all. So I would imagine either just for tourists, just to get the overview effect and just look at the Earth from space, which is a fair enough reason to go to space in the first place. Just to experience the overview effect. Honestly, just seeing pictures of Earth from space is pretty awesome on its own. So being able to like see it in person and do some like front flips or something, that would be pretty fun too. I would totally be down for that. I really want to go to space and like visit the moon one day. Hopefully that'll be within my lifetime. And then once we have a moon base, we can have private industries land on the moon as well, set up mining operations, fuel distribution systems, and then like hotels on the moon. Maybe you take a flight around the backside of the moon to see an Earthrise or something. There's an image of the blue origin of 10-meter scale lines. Oh, well, that's convenient. Where's that at? Scale. I have one to scale with the other rockets in this area. But that's not particularly easy. Scale image. Is this the 10-meter one that you're talking about? This is Blue Origin's website. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Cool. Oh, I got gifted a sub to Cosmoquest. Oh, thanks. Thank you, Giant Nothing. That's really awesome. What if the moon was covered in mirrors? Would we see the whole Earth and the sun behind it? You wouldn't see the whole Earth. Well, I don't know. That's an interesting question. Yeah. I mean, I want to do that. There's a lot of mirrors. The moon's pretty big, you know? Okay, so right around the 60-meter line is where that line should be. Skull ball moon. Right, so we're at 72, so we're going to take this up to 132. Oh, wow. More like to here? Okay. Well, that's fair, because we need to, like, raise up the top of this anyway. See, I took another screenshot. Didn't mean to do that. I just always hit F2. Yeah, we gotta raise up the whole nose cone of this a lot. 60, 70. Yeah, it's basically nearly 100 meters tall. I guess that would make it the biggest disco ball in the galaxy. Probably. Biggest known disco ball in the galaxy. I feel like that is reason enough to do it. Maybe in the 2080s we'll do that. You know, just cause. Like, and to celebrate the resurgence of the 80s, we're making the freaking moon into a disco ball. But not just any disco ball, the biggest ever. I'd be down for that. Probably cost like $1 billion. Also, I was looking at the moon the other day. I was curious about the craters that are on it. I don't know if there's any information on this out there, but I was curious if any of those craters are young enough or big enough to be witnessed by humans on the ground. Like, imagine how cool that would be, even if it's happened or not, to be able to witness something impacting the moon. I mean, obviously, like a natural event. It'd probably be a very bad thing for our satellites and stuff. But, like, there's so many craters on the moon and stuff hits it all the time. Like, all those dark spots is crater impacts, basically. So I was kind of curious, like, I wonder if any of that's ever been witnessed by anybody. Hello, Moonlight. Welcome into the stream. Glad you can make it by. We're building a rocket. Well, shell of a rocket. Rockets are mostly a shell anyway. They're just big cans. Big cans of fuel. Kids will grow up to say, back in my day, we used the moon as a disco ball. Alrighty, Grandpa, back to Mars. Yep. Dude, this could be so cool. Even if we in our generation don't get to visit Mars personally with like commercial flights or whatever, like definitely by the next generation, like end of the century. I guess it depends on how old you are, but end of the century, I feel like it's almost guaranteed that we get our butts over there, set up a hotel. Maybe I just want to stay in a hotel on a different planet, okay? I bet the room service is probably at least a little bit better. Mars is entirely inhabited by robots. That's true. We might have to fight some robots when we get there. I'm down. I'm entirely down with that. Okay, so that's the size of the Blue Origin's New Glenn rocket. That's the booster right there. And then this is the Falcon Super Heavy from SpaceX. Very, very big. Very, very tall. The room surface is out of this world. But no, it's just on a different world. Is this for a cause? Yes, it is. It's for helping fund Cosmoquest's next year of operations. So they need enough money to like pay their employees and, you know, supplies and do all their events and education and workshops, all that good stuff. I wonder how much they're up to right now. Here, check out the Cosmoquest website there in the chat. Cosmo. And I'm gonna go peek my head into the Cosmo live stream. They're currently at 31,000 out of 40, so they're doing pretty good. Someone earlier must have dropped like 9,000 or something, because I was in voice chat with Diagonal for a minute, and it went from like 21,000 straight up to 30 within like 20 minutes, which was a bit surprising. Yeah, it is a good cause. Science and space education is very important. For example, like, if it weren't for the moon landings, then there wouldn't be an Earth Day. We went to space and we discovered Earth. So Earth Day is founded because of our moon landing, and then of course JFK with setting up the National Forests, Wildlife Protection Agency and stuff, all that good things. So without going to space, we wouldn't have many of what we consider to be standard today. We can share the funny. Share all the funnies. If you got a good joke, let us know in the chat. Okay, how many fins does this thing have? It looks like it has 4, and they're kind of just like little sharky fins. Easy. And those are right around the 65-meter line. They look like they're about 5 meters tall, so we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boop, just something like that. Real tiny. Technically, these have little black markings on the outside edges, so we might do some stairs like that. It's kind of hard to do on that scale, but I mean, whatever. If you stay on the moon, would you want to be the first ever person rickrolled on the moon? I would love that as my title. Put that in my bio on YouTube. First ever person rickrolled on the moon. Dude, that sounds so fun. I'll be like the 10 billionth view of Rickroll while chilling on the moon with a drink. Okay, well, those are the little Fenny dudes. There's basically nothing between the top of the rocket and the bottom of the rocket. Unless we got some more IRL images for me to look at. It looks like there's some fins on the bottom of the booster. But the images that I'm seeing are a bit inconclusive on that. Like, some of these graphs have them, some of them don't. So who knows? Maybe it's a conspiracy. Maybe this whole rocket doesn't even exist. Never happened. Moon's fake. It's all dumb. Or maybe people just can't make up their mind on what graph to show. Maybe they're showing different sides of the rockets, because this has got the feathers facing out, and this one doesn't have feathers at all. That could be it. Maybe there's variants, but yeah, moon fake. Yeah, what's more likely? That there's just different variants of this rocket, or that the moon's fake? I don't know. I'll let you decide. Do your own research. I'm going to add the fins, because, you know, this thing's kind of boring without fins. Let me go back to my scale. So it looks like they're about 10 meters off the ground to about 20. These are big fins. Big bow fins. And these have also got the dark tips on them as well. Will this rocket fly? I mean, I really hope it's not on, but for science, I do need to go test this. It is on! Okay, well that's a very bad idea. Is that gonna break it? No, okay, good. That's a terrible idea. They invited me to a server with nice things on it, and TNT is turned on? That's a terrible idea. So this is supposed to be like 10, 15 meters tall. So it looks like the center of it alone is just 10, and then it's got like 5 block things on either side of it. So we're gonna make the center of it 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Boop, there we go. Easy. I have the power to get banned from this and ruin, like, everybody's time. And I will exercise that freedom to the bad place that it came from. Terrible. Yeah, this whole server's been in the builds for the previous 36 hours. It's been a 36-hour long live stream, basically. It'll be ending here in like 3 hours or so, I think. End crystals, yeah, I would assume end crystals are alive too. Oh, is there a secondary ring? You know, for being a Blue Origins rocket, there really isn't that much blue on it, is there? I also don't know if there's 4 fins. I know there's... there's definitely 4 of these fins. But it looks like there's probably only 2 of these ones. Yeah, just 2 at the bottom. Okay. Cool. Thank you. Now we need to add a little Mercury flag. Let's see. I kind of want to use just the terracottas, honestly. We need a brighter blue than that, though. Maybe some blue concrete? And that's right around the 30-meter mark. Big fish for all the fins it has. Don't tell Tycraft. So let's go up to 103. Cool. So right around here somewhere, we're gonna have the Mercury flag. I guess we'll do red and then white in the middle. Mercury. We also have some various red and, or sorry, some various blue text on the side. So we could just do something like that as like the blue origin, and then it says blue origin down there, and it says Nuclean up here. We could do something with banners, maybe. And what is it? The loom? So I'm thinking we might just do like a bottom half blue. There we go. I don't know. I mean, it does the thing. Merca. Yep. Maybe red concrete. Yeah, red concrete for this could actually be better. I think you're right. It depends on how bright it is. Yeah, that'll be better for sure. Good call. And let's flip around to the other side and do this over there as well, because I imagine it's probably on both sides of the rocket. I'm not sure how to really do this Blue Origins New Glenn text that we have. I mean, why would they bother printing that on the side of a rocket anyway? It's just gonna get burned up on re-entry and all scorched, probably. I mean, that currently looks terrible, but I mean, maybe it has the potential of not. Crimson Vines is upside down fire. Oh, that could be interesting. All lunched. They passed 40,000? What? Hold on, I need go visit the Cosmo stream. Dude, they got some big benefactors. That's amazing. That's so cool. Did they? Looks like someone's crying. So probably yes. And yeah, okay, it seems like there's some hype in the chat. The text on screen says 31,000. That's so cool though. I'll put some hypes in there. Tattoo time. Uh-oh. Did I read that right? Tattoo time? Uh-oh. That's not a good sign. The number on Twitch is unsynced. Yeah, I imagine so. That's so cool. Dang, dudes. Like a 9,000 dono or something. That's so cool. Such a good cause to support. I'm glad that they got some good I don't know what the right word is. Donators, benefactors, supporters. Nice people. How about that? Just nice people. Cool. That's amazing. Good news. Just a couple of hours ago, it was at 20,000. So that's honestly pretty amazing. Maybe the glow lighting could be good. Do we have any blue stairs in Minecraft? I mean, we could do an attempt at blue letters using stairs. So let's see, how would you even make a B on the scout? You can't make a B unless it's 3 wide. Tattoo of what and where? I don't know, but apparently you should be watching their stream as well, because somebody's getting a tattoo. I think we'll just leave it at that, and then maybe at the bottom we'll do slightly larger font. Font. This is definitely a font. I guess we can do like 3 wide, maybe? I don't know. It's hard to do this text. Maybe we'll just skip it, honestly. We'll just leave the American flag up there and just put some blue. This is definitely too much blue. Okay. Something like that. One by one font. Onezia, yeah. Font of Unisupixolonis. Yes. A very good font. It's a very good font. I invented it myself. All the letters. What do you mean all the letters look the same? They're different, you idiot. They clearly you can read. Do an Australia flag? That's just rude. I could be rude like that. Oh, this is looking really good. Which one of these is taller? I mean, not that it matters, but you know, mine's taller. Okay, so we got like another silverish ring around the 75 meter mark. I really need to figure out. Complete with the Union Jack. So 75 meters from up here would take you to 150, basically. We will now ascend. Intense space music plays. There we go. 150. What's a good silvery block? Where's the spike on top? It doesn't have a spike on top. Iron. Oh, good call. Good call, indeed. Boop, there you go. Good silvery line, and a side of silvery and shiny, but it's gray. Get out of here. Also hide the diagonal. I'm not going to attempt to do a feather, because like a 5 block wide feather that's like 10 meters tall, that ain't happening. Which basically means that this thing's done-ish. I gotta look at what the top of this booster is supposed to look like. There's technically 2 different boosters. This is the taller one. It's basically just that, really. Okay, it's not. That's the booster. You know what I'm talking about. There's also a smaller one where it kind of goes like indents right around that layer, and then it's a little bit thinner, and then it tapers off. It must be spiky. This is actually fair point. You have a good point. All my builds gotta have spikes on them. Oh, here's a real life picture. Yeah, 2 fins at the bottom. The bottom is gray. They made a Lego set? That's kind of cool. Looks like there's actually 4 flags on it. Which makes sense. If this image is accurate. Never know. They put a lot of flags on their rocket, didn't they? It's like, wow. We really don't want to lose this, okay? Don't try and steal it. We know what country it's from. Any of these other ones got a lot of flags on them? Doesn't seem like it. Spikes or circles. I mean, for being 7 wide, it's about as circly as you're gonna get it. So there's also like the option of having some blue around the bottom, which is nice. So right around this feet layer, probably about here, would be a potential for a blue line, something like that. I mean, this rocket does actually have some style to it. It's huge. So therefore, the majority of it's pretty boring. But it's got some cool to it. The Super Heavy is arguably a lot more boring, but it's also like sleek and modern, so. I decided I want the dark bottom. Okay, something like that. Technically, the middle of this could have a white block in it, but kind of small for detail. Do we have a button, maybe? Yeah. A helix drill top? No. Yeah, I think that's looking pretty good, actually. I don't know how to do the feather thing. It should technically have one of those right around this layer. How do you even like do a feather in Minecraft? I mean, let's be legit here, because that does not look like a feather. A feather pixel art. I mean, okay, that's halfway to a creeper. Spaceship by day, drill by night. You really gonna try and flip this whole thing upside down? A gray line with light gray lines above and below. Okay. Okay. This is why I keep you guys around. You carry your weight. You carry your weight. Yeah, okay. Gray concrete. Something like that. I mean, honestly, why did they just put a giant feather on the rocket? Do you know how many details that is? For like the 1,000 different little fins off of there? That must take hours to put that on. They waste so much money putting a darn feather on there. Just put another America flag. They don't have any America flags on the top half. People might try and steal it. Just put a America flag on it. Hey, it was much easier, man. Get a chicken feather. Okay, you know what? You have a fair point of how to do a feather in pixel art. But I am going to pretend like the chicken feather is a lie. Did you play on Bedrock? Yeah, we mostly do Bedrock Edition. We are currently playing on Minecraft Java, but not that it really matters. We're just doing some creative building anyway. And it's for a cause. We are helping support the Cosmoquest Hangoutathon fundraiser for their yearly monies that they need to keep in operation. And I think they just broke their goal of 40,000. Has their stream total updated yet? The stream total hasn't, but apparently they hit it, which is amazing and so cool. And we got some more biddies as well. Thank you so much, Matt. That's very nice of you. Should probably take that feather off there. Okay. We're gonna swap out that purple for the blue. Keep this thing consistent. Everyone knows a ton of feathers is lighter than a ton of aluminum. I mean, there is a proper way to say that. You need to use the ton with 2 N's. The metric ton and then the mercaton. I actually do not know which one of those is heavier, but one of them is heavier than the other, so, you know. What's up? We're building rockets for science. For science. And a TARDIS as well. Did I put the banners back on the TARDIS? Or are they just not rendered? Okay, they weren't rendered. But yeah, what do you guys think? That's looking pretty accurate. Ton, you're Canadian. Canadian, eh? Very nice, eh? What'd you have for breakfast, eh? Get that good quality AAA plus, eh? Maple syrup, eh? Oh, I just cleared. Oh, well, there goes the whole everything. Anyway, I just need some signs anyway. Ew, birch. We're gonna do oak sign. Am I spelling? Yeah, okay. $2020? When did this first launch? Hold on, where's my Wikipedia tab? Wikipedia! Let's see. New Glen first flight? It's pushed back from late 2021 to fourth quarter 2022. Oh, they not launched this yet. They haven't launched it yet. Oh, I thought... have they not used the big booster on it? Because they've definitely launched the top of it. Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin won't launch its first New Glenn rocket until late 2022. Okay, well that makes sense, I guess. This big ugly thing, it hasn't even flown yet. Okay, well there's still time to make it not ugly. Okay, good. Any of the parts? Huh. It's just, you know, whatever. Well, that's silly. I learned a thing. And the thing is, Jeff Bezos is lazy. Has that got the reference picture in it? Yes, it does. Okay. There we go. I think that's looking pretty decent. Man, this one must have been so difficult to build. The Rocket Lab, Electron, man. Why couldn't I get that? I had to build this giant thing and not this little one. Is the big gray rocket Starship? Yeah, this is Starship. This is the super heavy. It's big. Biggest rocket ever built, I believe. It's taller than the Saturn V. Not the Saturn V that we have here on this server, because that is 2 times scale. Is it taller than that? It's just barely. Oh, wait, no, it actually is still. Did they cheat and put a point on it? Hold on. We are 194. I gotta see. Oh, 1 block taller. Yep. Okay. Still taller. The grid fins need to be deployed. The current config has them deployed. Yeah. So that's actually an interesting thing about the grid fins. These grid fins are huge. They're like probably 8 inches thick or something of like titanium, I believe it is. And they're literally like that size, like 9 feet. If you saw the interview that, oh, I forget who it was, but someone had an interview where they walked around Starbase, where they're building all these dudes with Elon Musk, and they had one of these grid fins up on a huge, like, forklift kind of dealio. It was like hanging there from some straps, and it was just massive. I had no idea how huge they are. Like, you always hear Elon Musk talking about those grid fins, like how amazing they are, and I'm like, okay, whatever. I mean, they're just like a little bit of titanium. It's like, no, they're huge. They're giant, dude. Massive. And they were previously like having them vertical and then horizontal when landing to help with stabilization, but they realized that they didn't need to do any of that. They could just keep them deployed the entire time. So they got rid of like all the motors and hydraulics and everything to send them back and forth. And apparently having them deployed the whole time doesn't really affect your aerodynamics either, which is pretty fascinating. So they just got rid of like a whole bunch of stuff. Elon Musk and SpaceX is really doing a lot of super cool things when it comes to space technology. Like, they're really just doing a lot of iteration with spaceships. Even if something blows up, and they blow up a lot. It's still a learning experience. And Musk is also like, we kind of want them to blow up when we're not using them, because otherwise you end up with a field like this where you just got like 40 different rockets. And it's like, cool, they're fun to look at, but what are you going to do with this huge booster that you're not really going to use again? So they're building like, you know, version 1 and then flying that up, seeing how it works, building a version 2 off of everything that they learned from version 1. And they're just iterating massively all the time. And it's really making them super advanced. Have I booked my flight yet? I wish. I would love to go up in one day. But it's probably going to be at least probably 2 decades, I would think, before we get, like, regular civilians. They did actually just book, like, the first civilian, all-civilian space crew, I believe. I'm not sure when that's happening, but the first all-civilian crew is, like, being put into space, which is actually really exciting. So people are going spacey. We're getting high. Inspiration 4, but something like that isn't gonna happen anytime soon. Yeah. We got Mint Biscuit gifted another sub to Space Breather. Thank you so much. Hopefully you're doing well tonight. Is this Bedrock Edition? No, this is Java, but we're just building and chatting, so it doesn't really matter. When you're just building and creative, Minecraft is Minecraft. It doesn't matter. We'll be back on Truly Bedrock on Tuesday, however. Streaming from the moon. I think the moon has a couple second delay. It definitely has some delay. I'm not sure how much the delay is, though. I think it's like 2-3 seconds. It's like, that's just how long it takes light to get from the moon to Earth. It said Let's Play? It doesn't say Let's Play in the title, does it? Mine shouldn't say that. I updated my title. Okay, my tags say that. I thought my tags got reset. They usually get reset every stream. I don't know why. And yeah, I'll show you guys the QR code one more time. This is a QR code that will take you to the donation page for Cosmoquest. You can throw them some monies and help support their goal of all the monies that they need for the year of operations. And if you'd like to learn more about Cosmoquest, you can scan that QR code there, or you can check out the links there in the chat. And of course, you can check out the main live stream as well, where they are still doing things and will be doing things for a couple more hours. 1.3 light seconds away. That's not too far. Yeah, that's barely noticeable. You'll notice it when you're doing like FaceTime or something though. Might be a bit of awkwardness. Like there isn't already. The moon has delay like Australia has delay. Okay, but the moon's way further away. Let's be honest. Also, I kind of want to go sprinkle some more TARDISes around. Where can I put another TARDIS at? So we got one over there. I feel like we need one like right here. Put it on a rocket. Yeah, because the TARDIS really needs some help getting up into the air. It's just gonna be chilling there. Also, we need to put our like flowers around and stuff. Get some trees over here. Oh, someone's making custom trees. That's really nice looking. Whoa, that's amazing. Looks great. Ah, yeah, see, the problem with Australia is it takes time to make the signal right side up. Yeah. That'll do it. You gotta individually flip every bit. Okay, I placed flowers. You're welcome. Well, let's put in a couple of azalea trees, just really help wrap up this area. Because I feel like it's probably the last of the rockets. Oh, it supplies the upward force to the rocket. Okay, so we're just using TARDIS power to power all of our rockets now. Okay, fair enough. I mean, it's efficient, not gonna lie. But also, like, why are you even sending the rocket up there in the first place? The rocket's just purely for handling fuel, basically. And storing it. I feel like we need some in these areas. So if you're already using the TARDIS to get you into space, why not just like use a shipping container or something? What's up with this? Probably fit a lot more in a shipping container. Yeah, only so many of these are custom, so I'm not too afraid to just sprinkle around a couple more. Really help wrap up this area. I don't want to like spam them or anything because they're kind of annoying to remove. But at the same time, seems like that's kind of the go-to. Also, look how square this dude is. I know there's supposed to be unique trees, but that's just like... blah. We can help this out. We can help this out a little bit. Here, I can build a better tree than Minecraft. That's something I can officially put on my bio. Flat tree. Yeah, basically flat tree. Builds better trees than Minecraft. Always wanted to put that on my bio. There you go. No exposed logs. Oh, look how flat this one is, too. Flat trees. Hey, Stormageddon! Thank you so much for subscribing. Tier 1. Welcome to the Soylents. Hopefully you're doing well tonight. Thank you a ton for the support. So flat on top of... Okay. That seems about right. This area is honestly looking pretty good. We've transformed it a little bit. I think all the rockets in this area are done. We just need to finish up the Blue Origins one. We got all this area filled in. Probably the signs and stuff can be rearranged a little bit tidying there, here and there. And the pathways are looking pretty all right too. There's no trees around this whole like area, but I don't want to like overstep or anything. Although there does appear to be a lot of trees everywhere else, so maybe it's fine just to put them everywhere. Stormageddon, Dark Lord of all, yes, all hail. Jam with some toast, thank you so much for the biddies as well. And Mint Biscuit, thank you for gifting a sub to Longhorn Gamer. That's great of you. Azalea trees are kind of square. It looks like these ones have all been kind of tidied up a little bit too. But honestly, can we just appreciate this custom tree? Like, that looks great. Hold on, I can do even better than this. F3N? No. Oh, I can't switch the game modes. I can try on the smooth camera though. Whoa. Lovely. Anyway, that is just about going to do it for tonight's live stream, everyone. I hope that you have greatly enjoyed. Thank you for just hanging out with me and chilling, talking about science and cool stuff like that. We're going to still be streaming for a couple more minutes, so stick around. But we're also going to be raiding into the main Cosmoquest live stream as well. So you can go enjoy a little bit of what they're talking about. Not sure exactly what they're doing at the moment because I'm busy doing my own live stream, but it's good stuff. So again, thank you everyone so much for your support. Thank you to everyone who has donated and helped support Cosmoquest. And thank you for everyone who has a toss of bits or subs or gift subs or resub this stream. Everything that you supported tonight will be redirected straight over to Cosmoquest. And I'll get that going here, hopefully before they wrap up their stream for the evening. The Cosmoquest crew is currently in the basement because of a tornado warning. I feel like that's the epitome of a live stream. There's always something. Also, hopefully they're okay. Jeez. That's terrible. It seems like they got a comfy basement, though. It's always something with live streams. Like, that all of their keyboards weren't working earlier as well with their streaming setup. So, you know, this is just always something. Jeez. But yeah, hopefully they're all right. We're going to go right into them. And thank you, everyone, yet again, for all of your support. I'll see you on Tuesday with a regular live stream from the Truly Bedrock server, where hopefully we can finish up that castle. And have a good night, everyone. I love your faces so much. I'll see you later. And then there was Soylents.